Salutations, Queen of Shade here, coming at you with an enlightened moment. Listen, something just happened to me online, and because I am who I am, and I posted what happened, I have to provide context. So someone that I followed and, supported, he's a comedian, and he told a joke. And the joke started off about him trying to talk to a man that he was interested in. And he mentioned that he finally got up his courage. He finally got up his gusto to go and talk to the guy. When he gets to the guy, he asked for his number. He told him he was gorgeous. This was a joke, mind you. But it was something that happened to him, he said. Told him he was gorgeous and asked for his number. Well, one of the other guys in the group of the friends, he was with his friends, said no. And then the guy that he was interested in said, yeah, no, you can't have my number. That's my boyfriend. Now, in that moment, he had two options. He could walk away or he could congratulate the happy couple. This comedian proceeds to start his banter. Of course he did it. He didn't do it in front of them, but it was like he started to say things like, I couldn't tell which one was which, and what are y'all, like, I thought y'all was sisters, and I thought y'all, what do y'all do, scissor, like, and this is the thing, that's what struck me, because, especially in the African American community, a lot of misogyny in men exists, but what you people do not understand is the misogyny is way worse in the gay community, because you have so many men that want to be seen as real men that they are willing to off-put their own community to gain acceptance and favor with another community, that community being the heterosexual community. So I screenshot, the comment that I made to him, and I was like, listen, all jokes ain't jokes. We've learned this, like, all jokes ain't jokes, like, comedians should be held accountable. So he was like, oh, it was a joke. Or at first he said, oh, this is something that happened to me. And I'm explaining, I was just sharing my experience. I said, okay, I understand that you were sharing your experience. But what got my attention is once you got rejected, you started roasting them. And you started roasting them with misogyny and heterosexual slurs. Oh, what are y'all both girls? Which one is the woman? Which one is the man? You immediately went to a database of misogyny that exists between the gay community and the straight community. And that was what caught me. Now, mind you, I commented. I wasn't going to say anything major about it. But see, when I start posting stuff, I have to provide context because it blew up. So he comes back to me and he's like, oh, I understand. Now, this is what he said. I understand, but that's not what the joke was for. I was explaining my experience. And I said to him, I understand. I understand that was your experience. But what gave me pause is the moment you got rejected, you started roasting. And when you started roasting, you started saying things like, which one's the man? Are y'all both sisters? What are y'all scissoring at night? That was my problem, because that perpetuates the hatred that the outside community, heterosexual community, has toward the gay community. Listen, all jokes are not jokes. And it is our responsibility as thought leaders and people of influence and importance to change the way things are done. So if you didn't understand that right now, hello everyone, my name is the Queen of Shade, okay? That's my trademark, and I am here to change the way things have been done, because the way that things have been done have put margins of people and groups of people at risk for decades. So he's going on, oh, you're projecting, and I told him I'm sitting there in my bed looking at him like, I'm not projecting. The problem is this joke should not be used, especially when you're a gay man. You're a gay man. Why are you saying things like this when we have to hear this from the straight community? Why are you joining in simply because you got rejected? Simply because you were told no? Simply because you were told no. And I don't like that about us as men. We have to learn. Listen, a lot of men don't like rejection. I don't like rejection. I get it a lot in my career. Like I did today. He blocked me. Okay. I did a whole interview with him and everything. He came to my camera, sat on my platform for an hour and a half, and we had a conversation. Guess what? He blocked me. Why? Because rejection is a part of life. But you need to understand something, and I know this. I wasn't trying to reject him. I was trying to educate him. You know, this joke is steeped in misogyny. You shouldn't use it. You can be funny without accessing the database of misogyny and hatred against our community. You can be funny without that stuff. You can. Obviously, he didn't feel so. But, you know, I had to make this video because I needed you to understand, comedians, you should be held accountable for what you say, especially when you say things that bring further detriment to our community. See, let me tell you something. I've been in entertainment for 23 years. It has not been easy. I chose to pay my way. I chose to keep my intellectual property. And it has been a lot and a sacrifice. And I'm paying for it. And one day it's going to pay off. But it's been hard. But I don't like when I see other people attempting to do and get in the way that they need to get in, this is that and the other, and they don't understand how entertainment works. You know, when you're a comedian, people look to you for laughter. Most of the time they're going through things that are very detrimental. Most of the time they're going through things that seriously are painful to them. So they look to you to laugh. And my thing is, it is our duty to understand our responsibility. We should not incite further misogyny. He blocked me, and that's his choice. Trust me, I will live with one less follower that I know really isn't a cool person. See, and that's what you have to understand. Just do your job, be yourself. And the people that don't belong in your circle, they will remove themselves. So that's all that was. That was just the universe removing somebody that I did not need to support. But listen, in my initial comment, I said, listen, we shouldn't do that. The scissoring shit, that's too far. I said, just like we shouldn't ask two masculine men, which one is the girl? Which one is the woman? They're not women. They're both men. And I just expected an African-American gay male to understand that. You know, you got a lot of men that stand on, I'm a top, I'm a top, I'm a top. Okay, I understand that. But why are you don't have to be misogynistic. You know, you being a top is no closer to you being a heterosexual man. You will never be a heterosexual male. Ever. It doesn't matter how much of a top you are. You are a gay man. It was not me that needed to come to terms with this. You will never be a heterosexual man. Just because you're a top does not get you any closer to heterosexuality. Baby, you are a homosexual, and you need to accept that. And in accepting that, you need to understand that there are certain jokes you do not do, especially at the expense of the gay community. And that's all I had to say. And I'm still not even mad. I'm not mad. I commented and it went into something else because he got sensitive. And I said, how you going to be sensitive and you told the joke? I'm just educating you that the joke is not funny. It's not funny. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't make fun of us to get laughs. Like we're in this together. But it is what it is. And I will never digress. I will always speak up when it comes to this. Comedians need to be held accountable for what they say. A joke is not a joke. There is always truth behind a joke, misogyny behind a joke, hatred behind a joke. There are a lot of things disguised in this world as jokes, and they're not jokes. So my thing is this. Since he blocked me, what am I doing? I posted what we said. So now I have to explain, and I did in detail, that, listen, do not tell jokes at the expense of your own community. You're one of us, sweetheart. I don't care how much of a top you want to be. You're one of us. And when that's one of us, and you get a lot of gays that do this, that's why I say there's misogyny. They want to prove that they are more men than feminine men, than any other man. And listen, we're gay, sweetheart. We're gay. We're all gay. Accept that. Your joke wasn't funny. And I'm not sorry about telling you so. No, it wasn't funny. It hurts people. And you need to be careful with that. That's a career ruiner.